Right, so you may have known that I'm a little bit of a hippy-dippy, fucking kumbaya, peace within the universe and amongst every living being. But even I didn't know that my third eye was this open, that I'm such a good predictor, that I may be the oracle. Every single prediction correct? Oh my god, has that ever been heard of? Yeah, the margins were wrong, sure, but that adds to my case. I was thinking these were going to be close games. You know, I had this feeling like the Giants get it done, the Hawks, they get it done. But I wasn't too confident in myself, so I pulled the margins back. Shouldn't have. Hawks coming out an incredibly strong performance against Sydney. Sydney looked pretty decent in the third quarter. They thought they were going to come back, but nah. Hawks shut it down. They adjusted to Sydney's adjustments. Sydney didn't have Gordon playing, and that, you know, may have played a role, but at the end of the day, like, Hawks were just the better team. I think they looked better at all ends of the ground. They looked better offensively. They looked a lot better in the middle, which is crazy to see. Brodie Grundy, quiet, very quiet. And Meekie looked amazing. He looked fit as fuck. He looked huge. He looked strong. He looked confident in his movements. It was a very good ruck battle. Just the Hawks, they had it everywhere. They had them everywhere. And when that switch sort of came in the third, I was thinking, shit, I was getting a bit nervy. It could get rough for Hawks. Like, they've come out, they've managed to start the game really well, really strongly, and sort of get themselves back into a bit of that same flowing footy that they finished last year with. I was worried that just that surge that Sydney put on might have put them back into their shells a little bit, get the nerves running, and see them sort of fall away in the fourth. But nah, they managed to respond, and they actually managed, I think, the best sort of footy that they were playing on the day was sort of after that break from Sydney. Really put it to them. Very great performance. And of course, the Giants came out, fucking smoked them. Scary for Briggs, very scary for Briggs. I don't know, I need to read the news about what the fuck's happened and the follow-up of it, but getting carried off in a stretcher is never a good look, especially in the first quarter. I had a very, very bad feeling about that like, as soon as that happened, I was like, fuck, here we go, season's off to a great start. But no, the ruck goes down, and it's all G. It's still all G. Yeah, it didn't impact our game plan too crazy. I think Sam Taylor played amazing. It showed that, you know, after the concussion injury, he got a little bit timid, and it took him a while to get back into that fully aggressive form. But nah, this game he was looking as good as ever, as fucking tough as ever, you know? He took some crazy intercept marks. He was just holding that defensive line really well. I think overall our team managed to hold the defensive line really well, which is something that we struggled with a bit last year. It was very easy for us to want to like get the fucking tsunami running and start all pushing forward and leave massive like gaps behind the play, so that if it did rebound at any stage, we'd be all fucking running up towards the forward line and got to chase our tails back. But I think that was something that we clearly addressed in the off-season, and I think showed good development in this game for. Absolutely pumped the Pies. The Pies looked slow, unfit. Dacos's had pretty quiet, you know, days. I saw something like they returned to preseason really late. Does it have anything to do with that? Fuck knows. I don't care. We pumped them. That's all that matters to me. No, but I don't know. The Pies didn't look horrible. They looked about where they were at last year, maybe a bit more stale. Darcy Moore played alright. Quainer played a pretty decent game, which last year, he drove me fucking insane. Because I think Quainer was like a really good player, but I think he put way too much muscle and size on last year. It slowed him down way too much, but he seems to have picked up that bit of that speed again. You know, bloody Cameron looked pretty good for Collingwood. They had some good looks. No one played a blinder for them though. And I think that's what Collingwood relies on. So maybe that's what like allowed us to get such a big run ahead of them. But you know, to our credit, we looked really good with the players that we had out. That was something that I was really worried about. We had a lot of not necessarily pivotal players, but very strong role players out, and we really managed to accommodate for them being missing. It didn't seem like they were even extending that to losing our ruck. You know, losing Briggs is huge, but our team managed to fill the gaps with the second grade players, not in a dissing way, but I mean, like, they're not what you'd put on your starting team ideally, injuries, you know, taken out of the picture. But we did really well. I'm really happy with how we looked. I'm very happy to have Melbourne this weekend. I think that's a good test to see how we can push that, how we can, you know, I don't have that high of hopes at all for Melbourne, so if we can give them a really strong, good run for their money, or who knows, they could come out and look electric, they could be the biggest threat in the competition, who knows. But I think it'll be a really interesting test, and I'm really fucking happy with how we did. Sammy Taylor played amazing, Finn Callahan played amazing, Toby Greene was imposing his physicality fucking awesomely. He did that wicked bloody running forward, eyes under the ball, trying to mark. Didn't kick very accurately at all, but fuck, how good was Jones, man? When he had that paddock, kept sprinting. I don't even know what quarter that was in, but I was pretty pissed watching that game. So it was a little bit of a blur, but nah, really fucking good. Really, really proud of our performance. Extremely happy. And then jumping to the UFC, every fucking main card picked it. Now, look, Pereira lost. I said Pereira was going to win. I also said if it goes to decision, it's 100% Ankalaev's fight. There's no way that goes to decision and Pereira will have done enough. And I think that is literally just, I spoke it into existence. That's what happened. First round, Pereira won for sure. Everyone's arguing about the third. I don't think Pereira won that. I think the first and fifth to Pereira, the other three pretty decisively. Ankalaev, again, semi-casual, not very fucking into it. I could be blind. I could be going off vibes and not criteria or some shit. But to me, it seemed like Ankalaev just had not an insanely dominant performance where he fucking pumped Pereira, pumped the brakes off him, but it just seems like he was extremely good at stopping Pereira from getting any of his game plan out, other than in that first round where he was chopping away at the legs, chopping the wood. But fucking yeah, the rest of the card was sick. Rolfie with a spinning heel back kick. Oh my god, that was clean. Oh shit, that was clean. That was didn't even look like it connected that well. Just the fucking perfect on the button. Down. Yeah, I don't know. The rest of the fights were cool. I don't know, it was a good card. It was pretty enjoyable. The prelims were really fun. I think 314 will be better. It's a little bit more stacked. It's a little bit, I don't know, every fight feels a little bit like it's going to be more explosive maybe on that one. But yeah, I can't complain about anything. I enjoyed the entire card. It was a good watch from start to end. Shout out Rufy. Shout out Bahamondes. Yeah, so the Bahamondes win was actually really cool to see. Really pushes him forward as a fighter. So yeah, happy with that. I am the Oracle. Got every prediction correct. Now, round one, let's get these games up. So Toby Greene looked like he'd lost a bit of size. I don't know, he looked like he leaned out. Maybe I was just tripping, maybe it's a haircut. God, I'm keen for him. He's just got to get his kicking back into order, and he's already imposing himself on the field, already getting physical. I loved it. I'm fucking pumped. Let's go. Toby Greene, left hooks straight down Clayton Oliver's schnozzle. Leaves him more scundy than he already is, the shitty pant rat. Thursday night, we got Carlton taking on Richmond at the G. Carlton's going to win. I want to say that it's a massive blowout. I don't know. I don't see Richmond winning. I just don't. It'll be interesting to see how they come at this game, and it'll be interesting to see what Carlton does after their really disappointing finish to last season. Watching them fucking run out of the 8 as quick as they could was something to see for sure. So it'll be interesting to see how they come into this game. But I'm taking them to win. I'm taking them to pump Richmond. On the actual tipping for the work comp, I've only got it by 22 points because it fucks the margin up if you get it wrong, like really bad. But I could easily see this being a 50 point blowout, or it could be a tight game. Obviously, that's how things work, Jack. They could be close, they could be far. That's the wrong fucking Friday. We got the Hawks and Essendon also at the G. That'll be a fucking interesting game. Again, I'm leading towards the Hawks. They showed that they're gonna bring that energy, that quick moving footy that they had last year, and I think that pairs up like really well against Essendon's structure in general. They looked great. They looked great last round. So why would they not continue unless Essendon unless the Essendon edge is real, and the Bombers have managed to throw something at them that just rattles the Hawks. Who knows? Maybe they leave a couple syringes on the runway way. Will Day steps on one as he's running out, and he's like, oh fuck! And he starts ducking fights. I don't know. I see Hawks pumping them though. I'm not going to give a score for the rest of these, I don't think, but I do see Hawthorn definitely winning, and I see who am I going to give best on ground. Guinea's going to have another quiet performance. That's my tip. I'm not going to give a best on ground or anything like that, but I think Ginnivan, he played really meek last week, and I see that continuing. I see the haircut, man. It fucked him up. Why'd you do that? Now, Ginnivan needs a bit of a storyline to get going, to get into it seems. And it's same with like Nick Watson. He had a really quiet game the other game as well. I feel like they're both like energy players, momentum players, aura players or some shit. So who knows, maybe they can start up a media storm and that'll get them fired up and pumped up to go, but I don't know. I think it'll be a really good game. Hawks to win. Cats and the Dockers at the GMHBA Stadium. Cats are going to win this. I looked back at my ladder prediction. I think I put Freo too low, definitely. But I also don't doubt where I placed Geelong. I see Geelong coming out really strong. I could be completely wrong, obviously. This is like opening round. The first couple of rounds, you can't really make too solid of judgments, too solid of opinions, because you can go off last year, but in the off season, a lot happens. Teams come at things with different energy towards the start of the year. It might take a little different times for teams to settle in, whatever. But I don't know. Fuck it. Cats are gonna pump them. 30 points. Jazza Cameron takes a specky. That's the multi. Now the next one, we got the Swans and the Lions playing at the SCG. Now the Lions are actually the favourite in this. I'm assuming because the Swans lost to Hawks the previous week, but I'll be honest, I'm taking the Swans. I'm saying they got a lot of get back for the final last year. Brisbane have already won, you know. I feel like they're going to cool the Jets a little bit, come into this year. Well, it's their first game of the year. The Swans have already played one. They've already sort of warmed up, got the legs sort of, got the blood pumping. I don't know if Gordon's going to be back. I should probably look at these things, but fuck it. I don't know. I see the Swans doing it. I think Brisbane has another semi-quiet start to the year. Gets there, thereabouts, but I think the Swans are going to win. And that's probably, oh fuck, no it's not. I was going to say that's my most controversial tip, but next we got North and the Dogs at Marvel. I'm taking North. The Bont and Libba are out. I need to turn the light on. The camera's also dying, so I've got to do this quick. The Bont and Libba are out. North looks really strong. They should come into this year with a lot to prove. I'm really excited to see what they do to open round. The exposure's getting all fucked up, Jesus. I'm taking North. Controversial. I don't see it being a big victory, maybe 1 or 2 goals, but I see them doing it, and I could be blinded by hope and prayer, but fingers crossed they get it done. After that, we got the Pies and Port at the MCG. I just talked a fair bit of shit about the Pies and how I think they looked last week, slow and whatever, but I think that they will address all of that. I think that their opening round is really going to help them, and I think that they beat Port. Port could come out and surprise me, and again, I rate Port higher than most people around me seem to for whatever reason, but I do feel like the Pies get this one done just on the back of the loss last week. They know what they have to do. They know where they looked bad last week, so they can improve. They have some film study to look back on and make the adjustments that they need to. I see them winning this one. Again, probably a close-ish game.
I missed another one. I missed the fucking Adelaide and the Saints game. I don't know why. Probably because it's going to be fucking boring as bad shit. I got Adelaide winning. It's at Adelaide Oval. I don't know. Adelaide better have a good performance. I'm still mad about the Peatling thing. Maybe I'm just cut. I don't know. It could be a good game. I don't think it'll be like the most high skill game, but I see Adelaide doing this pretty easily. Not much to say about this one. Sorry, Saints.
Giants and Melbourne. Giants are going to fucking pump them. We're going to fucking pump them. If we don't, I'm going to be disappointed because last game was such a good start and I really just want to dig our heels in, make another statement. I think we flog them. I think we fucking flog them. It'll be interesting to see how Melbourne comes out, to see, you know, is there any more discussion about cultural issues at the club? Is there any more divisiveness going on? What do they look like coming into 2025? How have they rebounded from the shit show that was the end of last year? There's a bit of a narrative there. I'm interested. I'm very interested, but come on. We pump. The Orange Tsunami rolls over to Melbourne. It's coming from Queensland. It's coming from Sydney. It's coming to Victoria. It's coming everywhere, brother. It's coming. It comes for us all. And then last round, we got the Suns and the Eagles up at Optus. The Suns take it. I said that this is the year of the Suns breaking that losing away curse, becoming a bit more confident in themselves, and I think this is the perfect opening round to do it. Who knows? I think the Eagles are in for a decent season, you know, a good development season. It'll be, again, narratives everywhere, but I really think that the Suns should do this one, get this one done. That's sort of more why I'm leaning with them. They should win. If I'm to believe that everything that happened last year, they are still building upon, there's no reason they should lose this game. But it'll be cool to see how West Coast shapes up. It'll be cool to see what they do with the couple pickups that they got. You know, Owies will be big. I think Owies will actually probably hurt the Suns defense too. I don't know. Harley Reid, he could do some damage. It could be interesting. I'd see this one as not a blowout. I see the Suns probably winning in my head, but yeah, I don't see it by too much. I see it as a very competitive game, a very fucking physical game. I can see that happening, a very aggressive game. Both teams want to make a really strong statement at the start of the year. It'll be a ripper. It'll be a blinder. But that's the fucking tips for round one. Camera's about to die. I gotta get this fucking edited and posted tomorrow. I'm also meant to be doing schoolwork for university because I'm a fucking nerd. But instead, I'll talk to camera.